Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Senior Fellow at the Media Research Center. It's been a while since I had a video opportunity with you. Last week, I had the extreme pleasure of going diving with some of our wounded warriors, and there's nothing like being able to share God's incredible underwater beauty with those men who have given some of them their limbs and important parts of their lives to defense of this great nation. And when you talk about defending this great nation, you just kind of have to ask yourself what's going on in the United States of America right now. When I think about where the progressive socialist left, the Democrat Party, is heading in America, well, I'm not really surprised at it because the Democrat Party today that is refusing to serve people because of their political affiliations in certain restaurants or certain venues, the Democrat Party that is trying to coerce, intimidate, threaten, and even enact violence against people that don't believe as they do, well, that's the exact same Democrat Party that once upon a time used to refuse service to people that, well, looked like me. It's the exact same Democrat Party that stood for slavery, secession, segregation, Jim Crow, lynchings, the poll taxes, the literacy tests. It's the exact same Democrat Party that did not support the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. It's the exact same Democrat Party that gave us our very first domestic terrorist organization, the Ku Klux Klan. And now it's the exact same Democrat Party that gives us a new domestic terrorist organization called Antifa. It's just a little different. Back then they wore all white with pointy hats. Now they're wearing all black with masks. But it's still the exact same thing that is occurring. And let me also bring up a point because there are some people on the left that want to conflate the Masterpiece Bakery case out of Colorado, which was recently decided 7-2 by the Supreme Court, with the refusal of service by the owner of the Red Hen restaurant to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. There are two totally different cases. Because in Masterpiece Bakery case, Jack Phillips did not refuse service to people because of their sexual orientation. He did not want to participate in a specific ceremony, and that was a same-sex wedding that was against his beliefs, his freedom of religion. Now, when you look at what happened with the Red Hen, well, Sarah Huckabee Sanders was refused service simply because of her political affiliations and who she works for. And even still, she was followed to another restaurant and the heckling continued. When we have people like a representative by the name of Maxine Waters that is calling for people to be, well, pushed back on. In other words, someone could take that as a means, a call to violence. Now, what Maxine Waters has done comes just a year and a couple of weeks after we had a progressive socialist, a Bernie Sanders fan, someone who took a weapon and fired at members of the House and the Senate from the Republican Party, almost killing one representative, Steve Scalise, because he didn't agree with them. See, when we get to the point in the United States of America of demonizing people because of their political beliefs and affiliations just because they're in opposition to another, we are not living in the same free society that we are supposed to live in. But yet, this is the history of the Democrat Party. This is the history of progressive socialism. If you don't believe me, just look to the south of Venezuela and see what is happening to people that don't agree with the nationalizing of the economy, don't agree with, well, taking from one and redistributing the wealth to another. This is what we don't want to see happen in the United States of America. But yet, we have an incredible choice that we can make. I look at the recent election, the primary election in New York, where an avowed member of the Democrat Socialists of America, a young lady by the name of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, was very successful. And she pulled in almost 57% to defeat the number 4 Democrat in the House of Representatives. Now, the thing is this: can an avowed socialist really put their hand on the Bible and take an oath to support and defend our Constitution of the United States of America? Because they believe in something that is the antithesis to what we are as a constitutional republic. And really and truthfully, as Barack Obama said, they seek to fundamentally transform the United States of America. The choice is right before us, and it's very simple. We cannot go down the path of threats and violence and intimidation and coercion as a means by which, well, some people get to their ends. We have to stand up and understand that this is a critical time for the United States of America. And if we cannot have that open debate, the open intellectual and honest debate on policies, then it's not about the violence as a means to get you to your ends. Always remember that Vladimir Lenin said that the ultimate goal of socialism is communism. And if that is the ultimate goal of the left, of the Democrat Party in the United States of America, then we are in for some very interesting times. I hope the Democrat Party will understand that they're hurting themselves and their chances when it comes to national electoral elections. They may be successful in certain places, but even in California, you're starting to see people push back against the onerous progressive socialist policies there that are causing people to flee the state of California. But now, living here in Texas, I will tell you that we here in Texas understand what liberty means. And liberty is not what the progressive socialist left is offering the United States of America. It starts with protecting our borders. It starts with honoring our rule of law. It starts with us being able to have open discussion and debate, not threats, not violence, not intimidation, not coercion.